Hello and welcome back to the Livingston career modes. Kinda went straight into the deep end with this one, up against Rangers simulated match, which we beat them 1-0. But in today's episode, we are basically going to be finding out, well, the most important thing is that we're going to be finding out whether we made it out the group of the Champions League or not. Whether we finished in 4th, 3rd or 2nd or 1st. But based on the form that we had, pretty sure it's quite obvious that we're not going to come first. So get that out your heads. Next game is up against St Mirren though, before that, and we have 13 games played and 13 straight wins. We are absolutely running away with the league at the moment. But I can't lie, St Mirren did prove to be a challenge, much more of a challenge than anybody probably could have predicted. The first 10-15 minutes was entirely crammed in with St Mirren on the attack, and they get a goal out of it, and Mullen scores for St Mirren 13 minutes in, and St Mirren are not in a great position, let's say, and we are going for invincibles essentially at this point, and we prove why we're going for the invincibles about less than 10 minutes later, and Toure finding the space, very nice ball through to get him into that position. Jordan Gray with a ball into Chancery, and he scored a very similar goal like that in the previous episode, I believe, making it 2-1 just before half time, and that is fantastic play from the team. Finds space again for Chancery and he makes it 3-1, and at this point I think St Mirren are left in the dust and their lead will be very, very short lived, and I'm pretty sure that's the first goal we've conceded this season. We're just doing wonders really. Great ball in, and Torres just missed it. It's a shame, because that could have been 4. And Torres isn't a player that usually scores for me, but I suppose it's not that big a deal. Very decent ball, hits a crossbar, and I think it's Toure doesn't get the header off, and Moses gets the last touch of the game where we beat St Mirren 3-1. Now this is a huge game. Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, and well, I don't know what you would expect from a game like this, but we got beat by Ajax last episode and Juventus, so Real Madrid are a fantastic side. They've got Inaki Williams up front, who back in FIFA 16 I think it was, I did an Atletico career mode, Atletico Madrid, and Inaki Williams was fantastic for me in that. I had him on one wing, I had Willian on the other, Bruno Fernandes scoring a great goal from just inside the D I think, in our box. Romano putting the ball into Moses, into Torres, and Navarro does very well to beat both the players, and then Courtois with the fucking save. Beating Courtois isn't easy as it is. I mean, our goal against them last episode was very fluky, and then that goal going in. And at this point, I kind of accepted defeat, because we just couldn't get back into the game. Courtois hard enough to beat, and then you've got his defence in front of him. This, I think, was offside anyway, but I don't know how he's not put it in the back of the net, even though it was that close to the fucking keeper. And well, the goals. Moses finds a shot. I'm thinking, should that not be flying in the back of the net? But I suppose I can't really complain too much. Then you've got a Junior making a mockery of my defence and my goalkeeper, apparently. And like I said a few episodes ago, I'm not sure who my first team goalkeeper is. I mean, don't get me wrong, the last game was St Mirren, and this is Real Madrid, but Kravinovic didn't really let that much in. This was 3-0, And Anderson, I don't think, made any saves, whereas Kravinovic kept us in the game. It's annoying. Next game in the league, up against Kilmarnock. I let Carter start this game. He's a youth prospect that I think he's an exciting prospect in this. He's a great player. He's got 5-star skills. And if he never had 5-star skills, I don't think I'd play him anywhere near as much as I have been. Because I've played him a few times now. However, what a ball this is, and I don't know if I was really lucky in this case, but I don't know what the goalkeeper was doing there. But the man managed to sneak it in near post. Wasn't expecting a goal really, I just kind of shot and hope for the best. Morrison tried to get it into the box, gets it back again, gets it into Carter, and on his second start gets a goal. I think it's his second start, it's either his second or third start. He gets the goal that he would be searching for. Not the nicest goal ever in the world. I mean, it was a pretty decent finish, and he nearly gets two, but Sibbald ends up getting the header at the end of it. Only because of Carter, kinda. I mean, it was a great ball from Morrison, can't deny that, but yeah, it was quite close to getting the double, but I suppose Sibbald getting it isn't really that big a problem. Getting the ball into Romano was certain that should have been thrown into the back of the net. The defender never even touched the ball. He just hit it really wide. And 3-0 Livingston. So as you can tell, in the league we're on fire, but the Champions League is what's giving us all the hiccups. That's 6 goals in 2 games, I think, for the league. This is the game that matters the most, though, in this entire season, really. Livingston versus Ajax, right? Playing what I would consider our strongest current lineup. At home in the Champions League, we have the home advantage, of course. Although I would argue in Europe we tend to play better away, but I don't know. If we look at the table, we have 4 points. Ajax have 3. We have a much worse goal difference, but basically we just need to not lose this game. That is what's at stake here. So if we win this game with shots like that, you won't win games. We go through into the Europa League, because I believe Juventus had 10 points, and no, I think Real Madrid had 10 points and Juventus had 14 points. And in the second half we finally get the goal that we were looking for, to hopefully get the 3 points instead of just the 1, to get us a bit of confidence in Europe. Don't know what the defender is doing there. I think it was Jack Hendry. No, it was Angulo, that's who it was. Just not really doing anything to challenge him there. He's just kind of lunging around, just kind of spreading his legs, the big slut. 69th minute, and we see Gray on what could be one of the most important runs of any match ever. He finally unleashes a shot, and it goes miles wide. I was really hoping that would have sealed the deal, making it 2-0. Not long later though, he eventually does make it 2-0. So the previous clip, I suppose, doesn't really matter when he ended up getting the double anyway. Great ball through from might have been Lawson actually, but the game ends 2-0 to Livingston, and I have to say I was very happy about that. It was the way I wanted the table to turn out. As you see, we get 7 points, Juventus getting 14, Real Madrid getting 10, us getting 7, Ajax getting 6, no, Ajax getting fucking 3, and we're making progress into the Europa League, and we will have to wait and see who we get in the round of 32. Simulating a game against Celtic here, and I don't know how the hell we're 2-0 up in an away game against who would probably be our closest rivals, other than like Rangers. Sainsbury ends up getting an injury, but we beat them 3-0 anyway. how it's a simulated game and it's away. Ridiculous. But the next episode will be kicking off against Dundee, so hopefully you stick around to watch that one. If you've enjoyed this episode, please leave a like and subscribe. Obviously leave some feedback in the comments section below, and I will see you all next time.